Robert R, new mowing customer. Scope of work's going to be bush trimming, hedge trimming, mostly in the backyard, nothing in the front here, don't worry about it. He said I'll take care of that. These ones just prune and shape, all of them here. So it's a big job trimming wise. We are going to need to access, well, highly likely that we'll need to access through this neighbor's gate. Doesn't sound like it'll be an issue, because when you trim some of this stuff, it's going to fall over. He's going to open this. There's a double gate over here. He said he'll be able to access it. But for now, for the estimate video, he'll walk around the left side. You could go ahead and trim all these hedges for him. So starting over here, so this is actually the neighbor that we're going to mow to, but just trim all this back on his side as well. You can easily access that, no problems. So in the backyard, a lot going on back here, but no hedges in the center of the yard we're doing. It's only the perimeter hedges, back and both sides. So on both sides, he wants it to be 6 foot high. And there's a pole over on that side. There's actually 2 poles that are measured out to be 6 foot high. So you can use that as a guide if you want. I think this guy's going to be kind of like sort of nitpicky with it too, because he's done it. He's trimmed it himself for 30 years and now he just can't do it. So I think he's going to be kind of like particular. But anyway, try to have it squared off the best you can. So trim up the sides, trim the top 6 foot high. So that side's not terrible, but I would say bring the 12 foot out for this one, which should help. Maybe a little giant even too, because it's kind of a weird angle. The back fence line is going to be the biggest challenge, kind of a weird thing going on here. So again, no bushes that are in the yard. The azaleas we're not trimming. It's just this back fence line. So there's a neighbor behind him. There's a vinyl fence that runs to about roughly here, and then it ends. And then the back neighbor, there's no fencing. However, he doesn't think that neighbor is going to want us to go into his yard. So what you're going to have to do is trim as much as you possibly can on the back without dropping stuff in his yard. And if a branch or 2 falls back there, all good, but try not to just dump clippings back there. Try to just reach and trim as much as you can where you think you can still kind of grab it and pull it over. Let it fall like on the hedges here. Like, so for example, all this shouldn't be a problem at all. All this front stuff, you should easily be able to trim it and kind of just rake it over. It's just going to fall in the hedges and bring it back. As you get back to this viney stuff back there, and that's a lot of his concern, is he wants that vine out the best we can. I told him we're not going to be able to trim everything 7 foot all the way, because all that stuff's going to fall in his yard. He understands that, but you should just kind of do your best. So anyway, trim back as best you can, keep the clippings on his side the best you can. He also said he has brick running here, double row of brick. The second row of brick is where he ideally wants the cut line to be. I told him if we do that and we cut that back, it's probably going to be bare. Hard to tell in the video, but you'll see in person. If we cut it back that far, it'll probably be bare. So he doesn't really want that. So anyway, the goal is to get it to the brick, but if you notice it's starting to get really, really bare, then pull back and have a couple inches off the brick. He said ideally if it's a couple inches off the brick, that's fine. He still wants to have privacy, especially like here. Like, it's already not that thick in this spot, so if you trim this back, it's gonna really like be bare here. So yeah, I mean, best case too, if you can, like, some of this is you might be able to like almost hold it and then cut it and then grab it and pull it over. Do the best you can, essentially, is the point of it. Obviously you got power cords up here, or you shouldn't be getting anywhere close to them because you're trimming 7 foot back here. But anyway, square it up, 6 foot. Probably not gonna be able to get all that stuff. If you can, it's a home run for him, he'll be pumped, but I told him highly unlikely we're gonna be able to do that. So that's that side. And then this side, he already started doing some of it. But yeah, just gonna trim it straight back. Same thing, there's brick here, so cut it back to the brick. You should be okay cutting it to the brick here, shouldn't be a problem. And then The top is 6 foot trim. You'll have to go into that guy's yard, which he said should be fine. The only funky thing is there's like a weed tree here. He's calling it a tree. He wants to keep it. This guy right here, you can see it. So don't trim that one at all. Leave that alone. He wants that tree to grow. But everything else can go. There's like a weed one there. That can go. And then 6 foot all the way down. And you'll notice like when we're in the front yard, once you get to the front, it's already lower than 6 foot, so you don't have to do anything. But anywhere where it's higher than 6 foot, like even this spot, you won't really need to do anything. But anywhere where it's higher than 6 foot, you're gonna trim it. So, and here are the poles. So actually, this black spot is 6 foot. This might even be 7 foot, I don't know. But he said that black line is 6 foot. So you can use that for your guidance. And that's it.